Hey, it's Thea. How's it going? Welcome back to Garden Goddess Tarot. Happy February is almost over. I'm here with a fun video today to lighten my spirits, and this video is entirely because of the sweetest and most wonderful soul in the member space, Gina. She wanted to send me a deck, and I, like, in all honesty, guys, I've not been in the space to want to, like, seek out new decks at all. The last one that I purchased was in December. It was the, what did I get? The new Palladini Tarot. And literally since then, I have just have zero interest in, it's just, I'm not, it's not that the decks out there aren't good. It's just that my enthusiasm for, like, getting excited about new tarot decks has just left me, and I think that's just entirely based on the mental space that I've been in, which is fine. It happens regularly, and it's given me a lot of time to focus on some other wonderful things that are coming up, which I'm very excited about, and those in the secret member space know about this. So anyway, that being said, I've not been, you know, in a place to talk about any new decks, as well as the implications of the potential taxation that will come into play in the next couple of days, maybe. I don't even know what's going on. No one knows what's going on. Anyway, long story short is it's going to become very prohibitively expensive for me in Canada to participate in the American indie deck economy, or even, you know, shipping anything from the States is just off the table now, which is fine. I've actually found a couple of really cool Canadian creators in the meantime, but it's just, yeah, the landscape of how I interact with new tarot is changing, which is fine. I am incredibly versatile and adaptable, so that's something I can explore down the road. But it's really given me a good time to be very grateful for what I've already got, and my use of tarot has been on the lighter side, but at the same time, there's something about when I do pull out a deck or two, it does become that much more significant for me. It's beneficial for me to not overuse tarot right now, I guess, is what I'm also saying. So anyway, preamble aside, little treasure from Gina. She had it shipped right from the creator. This is an Etsy deck, so this is an indie deck from the States. And when I say prohibitively expensive, I mean this deck retails for, I think, around $100 US, which is about 150 Canadian, and then there would have been shipping on top of that, and then there was a $30 customs charge already that I got on top of that. So this deck would have been probably over $200 for me to purchase for myself. So big thank you to Gina for such a generous gift. And I had a hard time accepting it, but I do deeply appreciate it, and you know, I've already got some really good ideas for pairs with it. So anyway, let's open her up. Let's have a look. Let's see what's going on inside this cute little box. So I hope you enjoy this. I can't wait to see what you think about it. From Gina. So this is the Fireflower Tarot by Brandy Eve Allen. Invisible Light Tarot was one she also did. That one, there was a lot of weirdness with that one. Here she is. Let's open her up. Let's have a look. And the idea behind this deck is it's a bland deck, and oh my gosh, guys, I woke up to another 8 inches of snow this morning, so just the idea of being able to spend some time with plants again, I'm really excited. I feel like this is going to really, like, punch me right in the heart where I need it right now, because I've been staring out at a landscape of white and gray for months now, it seems, and it's just very dismal, and I think if I saw a flower again I might cry. So I'm gonna read the back for you of this, of the Fireflower Tarot by Brandy Eve Allen. Following the birth of the Invisible Light Tarot, first released in 2016, Brandy Eve Allen offers a new interpretation of the tarot tradition. The 78-card deck featuring both major and minor arcana is brought to life through her distinctive use of multiple exposure photography. Photography deck, we love that. Capturing the ethereal beauty of flowers. Complete with newly crafted guidebook, the deck weaves ancient teachings with modern intuitive insight for deeper tarot experience. Yeah, so the box sleeve is black and white. That's what that looks like there. The front, and then it comes off like so, and boom! Oh my gosh, it's dynamic and exciting. Yeah, and that says the same thing on the back of the color. Box opens like so. Little magnetic fellow, and here we go. And in the bottom of the box, little firework. which is exciting. I love the idea of the element of fire mixed with flowers, because I feel like that's something that doesn't really get explored a whole lot. And in this case, like through fireworks as well, and just kind of like that explosion of energy. Because plants are because they're vigorous, they're full of life, they have dynamic personalities of their own. I feel like, you know, of course, earth, water makes sense, but I think there's a fire element to plants that I think that is worth exploring. Let's just say I think this deck will definitely help with that. Let's have a look at the guidebook real quick. The little guy looks great. Lots of information about each card, a little representation, and then some keywords at the bottom. Cards are matte. They feel lovely. Sorry, it's been like 1,000 years since I've done a tarot review, so I'm like, I don't even remember what to talk about. Card backs. Look at that. It's shiny. Very cool. And then the edges match with blue foil gilding, and it's not it's nice. It's not super sharp by any means. And the cardstock itself is on the fairly thick side, so very cool. So let's show you some cards. Here is and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to name all the plants immediately off the bat, but I will tell you one when I recognize it. But it's the double exposure is very cool. Oh, I'm very excited. I've got some pairs that I think I'm going to grab and try with everybody today. There's the Magician. I think this is a Datura. Oh, it's exciting. And it's like, because of the different layers, oops, there's two there, of the photography on top of itself, you've got to kind of like do a little bit of looking through the like explosive energy to find the plant, which is very lovely. It looks like a lily. Or hold on, those are milkweed pod seeds on the High Priestess, which is called the Oracle, which is interesting. The Empress is called the Creatrix, and we've got a rose. So beautiful. Ooh, the Architect for the Emperor. Different. Fun. Something to think about. Oh, I forgot the name of that plant too, but it makes a good house plant. It's like a peace lily, but not really. Then there's something else. Looks like stock maybe in the background. The Luminary for the Hierophant. Very interesting. And then the Lovers. Oh my gosh, this is sweet. No, that's I know what that is. It's a bougainvillea. Stunning. The petals are bracts. So like on a bougainvillea, all of that flush of pink that you see, they aren't petals. They're actually like a different kind of leaf called a bract, which surrounds the actual flowers, which are those tiny little white guys. And it looks like a stilbeam behind. Oh, so pretty. Oh my gosh. Guys, the flowers. I miss them. I miss them so much. Wow. This is gonna look so beautiful. Here's the Chariot in a spread. Oh, I love Strength. Look at that. Sorry, I'm not gonna get too like gushy about it, but like the rose with the placement. Oof. This is gorgeous, and I think this is gonna be really a really easy deck to let my intuition kind of come through. Go in fun and dynamic places. I feel like this is going to be a good one for when when I need a bit of excitement and pep. Is it Justice? The looks like a dinner plate hibiscus. Those big ones, perennial ones. The Hanged Man. Ooh, rose cactus flowers. Maybe. Actually, that'd be a good thing to check. Let me just check the book real quick. All over the place. Just to see if it tells the type of flower on. So what was that? That was the Hanged Man. Does it tell you who lives on it? Description. Looks like there is no description of what plant is on it. So if that's something that you're are particularly interested in, you'll have to either Google image search or figure out what it is on your own. There's a quote on some of them too. Ooh, there are 1,000 ways to kneel and kiss the ground. Rumi. I love that. I've been reading, actually, sorry, another tangent. Sidetrack. The daily readings with Rumi. I've been dipping in and out of this, and there's like a little Rumi quote for each, or not quote, but like poem saying, you know, thought, prayer, per day, one for each day. And it's been nice, and I've been liking doing that. Need to spend a little bit more time with Rumi. I want a little more like well-rounded kind of understanding of him, so that's kind kind of a good way to dip in and out. But yeah, no talk about the type of plant. So if that's something that's important to you and that you like that kind of thing in the guidebook, this does not have that. There's Desk. That's a Rose of Sharon. Temperance as well. Oh, the Devil. That's an agave flower. Oh my gosh, beautiful. The Tower appears to be monkshood amidst other things. There's like a smattering. There's like layers and layers of different flowers on it, kind of hidden. And there's another one. The Star looks a little bit like a cactus flower. The kind that bats crawl right into at night. Which makes sense for the star. There's the moon. Oh, they're really, I feel really emotional looking at these, and it might just be how I feel about flowers. On the sun card, there's the sunflower. Beautiful. Judgment. The World. I love a macro zoomed in picture of floral. Something about just like a bee's eye view of flowers just does something to me. They're so pretty. I think it's really beautiful. It's nothing like, I feel like there's a lot of room for your own experience with this deck, which I appreciate. It's not trying to tell you what to think or how to feel. It's kind of giving you room to explore your own thoughts and feelings, which I really appreciate in a deck. As we all know, don't tell me what to do unless I make it. 6 of Wands. Ooh, here's the 7. Ooh, beautiful. 7 of Wands. Gorgeous. How far through should we go? Maybe I'll whip through a little bit quicker, leave a few for a surprise for you. Oh gosh, the 2 of Cups. So pretty. Oh, there's the detour there again. I think like, yeah, this one, like, I think the deck kind of works. Oh, that's beautiful. Columbine or Aquilegia or Granny's Bonnets is another one. 3 of Cups, really pretty. Oh, what was I saying? Oh, this deck, it makes for a good companion. Instead of, you know how sometimes when you're working with decks, you kind of either approach them as a one card at a time, an individual experience, or others, the deck is like one whole entity, and then you explore the deck in pieces from there. Oh, this is, does that make sense? It's gonna be kind of hard to explain, but like some decks exist as a collection of individual cards, and then other decks, like in my mental space, exist as one cohesive unit that pieces of it kind of come off at their needed time, but then at the end of it, it like kind of melts together into one big whole entity, which I kind of feel like this deck feels more like, than like each card being an individual story. So a good example of a deck that exists as like 78 individual little stories would be like the Odyssean Tarot, right? Each card is its own little world that you kind of go into, as opposed to it existing as like one whole big thing that comes apart in little pieces, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Does anybody else think of their decks separately like that? Like some of them fall into the category of being a one, and then others fall into the category of being like a mental multitude. Oh, I'm really excited to see what this deck has to say. Stunning and gorgeous. Okay, we're almost. Oh, I forget what these flowers are called, but they're from South Africa. And my friend's wedding had a bunch of them in it. They're giant and they're gorgeous, and they're like really like huge and brash and intense. Stunning. Oh my gosh. I just want to fall my face first into a field of flowers. Oh, sorry. And the court cards, in this case, we've got the Student for the page. I'm not sure if they were all like this all the way through, I'm assuming. So Student for the page. Catalyst for the night, which I like, being fire. Fire is often a catalyst with heat, but it's something that encourages or increases or adds energy to a reaction in order for something to happen. So having, like, in this case, the catalyst of Earth, something in the material realm is being accelerated because of this energy. Oh, I really like that. And then the yin for the queen, beautiful, and the yang for the king, beautiful. I like that a lot. And I've never seen that combination of court cards before. Very cool. I like that a lot. Oh, wow. Gina, this is so amazing. Thank you. I don't deserve. I do not deserve in any way. Oh my goodness. Thank you. It means so much, literally. Like I never would have purchased this for myself. It's kind of, again, beyond the realm of possibility for me. So I appreciate it greatly. And I'm looking forward to it. I think this will be a great one to use in readings for everybody too. So, oh my gosh, that's so fun. I'm just so grateful. So beautiful. Okay, so I think I want to get into some pairings with this beautiful Fireflower Tarot. And in order to do that, I'm going to move us up to the table so we can zoom in and have a quick look at this with like a few other fun decks that I feel like will really go. There is one that I don't have. We'll talk about it when I get there. Let's not get ahead of myself. Let's go have a look at the tarot table. Alrighty, are you guys ready for some pairings? I've got enough room here. Here we go. Oops. Fool was trying to escape. How fun. Sorry, so this way you can have a lovely better look at what the deck itself looks like. It is gorgeous. I imagine it's going to shuffle fairly well. It feels a little it feels like if the Davis of Creation had edging. I know that's not helpful for everybody, but that's just what it feels like. Okay, so first, the immediate first thing that I thought of is a deck I don't have. It's called Plants That Heal. I'll put a picture of it on the screen. And it's like that photographic black plant, or kind of dissected plant on black background, which it isn't technically an oracle deck either, but you can make your own interpretations as well as put keywords on it. And I feel like that would be a really good like oracle to go with this, like just aesthetically. It would be a lot of the same, but it would pair just fine. And I had thoughts about that, but the other first one I thought of was this one, the Tarot of the Drowning World. And I feel like with the fiery of this and the watery of this, as well as I don't know, I feel like this has great potential to go together. Like, I don't know. What do you think? So let's try it. I'm really curious. I feel like I know it's tarot on tarot as well, which is not something I do often, but sometimes I do. But I feel like, and with the borders on this, I feel like it would really work in a really incredibly beautiful kind of way. It's very otherworldly. Like it really, this pairing, we'll go in a bit closer, feels outside of the realm of reality. It's like taking you to this alternate plane of existence where water and fire and plants kind of intermingle in a really incredible way. I think this is really cool. I think it looks great. This one, I don't use the book with this a lot, which is funny. I should, because the books for these decks, the Feldermouse Workshop decks, are really quite good, but I tend to not. I tend to just kind of read them like I would a Marseille and then kind of jump off the imagery. But which I think in this case I would be saying that I would be reading it very much like a Marseille, and then this one more like a regular RWS tarot. Feels a little bit more like an RWS, like as much as plant deck kind of does. But I don't know. I think they work. I think they're stunning, gorgeous, and beautiful. And that was like the first like, oh my gosh, I have to try these together, because like the blackness of this is water, where the blackness of this is air. So there's like the same but different, and then there's pops of fire, and then pops of earth. I feel like it's balanced in a really weird and beautiful way. The Fool, the Hermit, and the Hierophant. And if there is similarities in the florals, you can pick them up, but it's not entirely necessary. But yeah, no, I think that's good. I like that. It was beautiful. I could go through this all day, but yeah, stunning. Okay, so that one's a winner, in my humble opinion. I love this deck, and I really should use it more, but it's one of those ones that just kind of like, ooh, it's so nice. Alrighty, the next one that I thought of pretty quickly, mostly because I've also been using it a lot this year, is the Outgrow Yourself Oracle Tarot. It's both an Oracle and a Tarot, so it kind of does double duty in that regard, but I've been using it pretty heftily for my weekly pulls, and I really like them for that. But I feel like it would go pretty well just again the color scheme, the floral elements that aren't overpowering. Like the flowers are there, but they're not the central focus, and I think that works is the same with all of these decks so far that I've mentioned, right? I like this. I feel like this is an easier reader for me too. I got the message a little bit more quickly with this one than with the Tarot of the Drowning World. But again, that could just be based on my familiarity with it. But they do look good. So even though this is illustrated and this is photography, I feel like there's a gap being bridged with them. Pain is growing. Cruelty is the highest pleasure for the 9 of Swords, and then Justice. Yeah, this is good. I might have to maybe incorporate this in my weeklies as well. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, no, it's cool. So yeah, that one was a winner as well. Ooh, look at that. The white and pink with the flower. Through sword, sorrow, and lust, follow your passion. With the death. I mean, easy to read. Multitudes. Very cool. So yes, that is the Outgrow Yourself Oracle Tarot, which, my goodness, this poor box. I use it so much though. It's one of these days I'll need to get a nice little bag for it. It deserves it. The next one I kind of thought of, hear me out. Black Madonna. Again, this is another one I've been using a lot lately. So it makes sense that I think of them. But I think the Black Madonna energy with this kind of dark feminine flower aspect is very cool. What I wouldn't do, I wouldn't pull 2 of these and 1 of these. I would probably do it the other way around. I would do 1 of these and then 2 of these. That makes more sense in the context of this. Just because I know with this one, there's just so much that I think more than 1 is too much for how I use this one. But I think having like this be the central focus and then flanking by these is great. And I'm gonna say it doesn't disappoint. Yeah, but I think this one is one where there would be a lot more to look at. Like these 3, I could be all day like investigating the intricacies between them all, following patterns of color and light. Oops. As well as the story, and I do use the book with this one. I have to. It's part of the experience of using it. So, yeah, it would be a lot, but really beautiful. Yeah, no, that's fantastic. Let's make sure these are all, oh, they are not all the right way up. There we go. All right. So that is the Mysteries of the Black Madonna, Hetjen Grobler. Looks good. Another one that came to mind pretty quickly, actually, is Goblins and Gardens. Again, kind of, it's collage. It's not really photography, but it's photo element collage with old D&D monster manual elements, and I think this would be fun to put with it as well. Very much in the same but different, you know? I think it's cool. Now this one as well, I use the guidebook, and I do tend to look at who the monsters are and how they exist in their little world, and then would be kind of backed up by this one. So I'd have to frame the question in kind of a fun and interesting way, but I think as support for this deck, this one is one I should very much consider. The Magician in the Sun. Look at that beam of light coming out of there. Very cool. Devil, Six of Wands, and Judgment. He's so cute. I do love that card. This deck is great. Another one I should pull out more when I'm feeling the need for plants in my life. I like the story they tell. It's funny how adding a deck like this with more like narrative elements going on in it changes the way this one reads. Like it's a whole different reading experience. It's like it's a different deck. The brightness, the moon, the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Fire. Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. I like that one. So that is the Goblins and Gardens deck. I don't know if it's still available, actually. Jonathan Williams, Sasha. But have a Google and see. I think last time I checked it was available, but it's one of those indie ones that comes in and out of print occasionally. Alright, so those are my like my main ones. Oh my gosh, I have to check because those I felt like I was pretty confident that those would go. Let's do some more like exploration just to kind of see just to see if these other little guys stand a chance, because these ones I'm less sure on. Craft Decadance was a choice as well. This one's more of an oracle, and I think, would I do 2 in 1? Maybe, let's see. Devastated Versatility, Chaotic Withdrawal, and the Two of Wands. Interesting. Yeah, that works. I like those. I also think they look good. Cozy Vanity, Resumption of Power, the Three of Wands. Probably should have shuffled this first, but live and learn. Yeah, no, I like this. This is good. Not mad. It might, maybe in like a practical setting, less of a layout like this. Maybe I'd pull 1 of these and 3 of these, or 3 of these maybe in 1. I don't know. But I think it's cool though. Yep. That one's also a winner for me. Craft Decadance Oracle. And this is by La Green Witch. Deck's available on Gamecrafter, I think. Alright, this was the deck that I most recently made a video on, and I have no idea. This might look hilarious. I'm really not sure. This is the Shapeshifting Tarot by Satin Bees, and I've been really liking using it, actually. I've used it a couple times lately, and I find it quite cool. Basically, I don't know if you noticed, I'm just pulling out all of my like dark my dark aesthetic decks of varying types just to see. This one's interesting, and it might, like, some combos may go visually quite well. Others may not, just because the art style changes in it so much, which, like, as you can see, it kind of goes kind of its own fun way. But I think, I don't know. This one I'm less into. I'm more on the fence about it. I don't think they want to play together super well. It's because I really do like this deck, but I feel like they're 2 different beasts. This one's, although this one, it's less earthly, more abstract, whereas it has that rooting in, even though it kind of feels like we're on like the plants dimension in this feels like somewhere else completely, kind of beyond the realm of plants. Even though there's like occasional plant motifs in it, like this feels more air, more ephemeral, more like abstract, whereas this is like more real. So yeah, no, that one is not as good as I anticipated feeling with it. So no, thank you. I'll pop you back in there. Good to know. It's always fun to test. Next one that I wanted to check, Daydreaming in Situ Tarot, and I don't know if there's still a pre-order available for this or not. She did a pre-order for it when the Alchemy of Thoth came out. Don't quote me, but I think it has the potential to be back in print. Annie Fair. how do I feel? It's very busy. It's a lot. These ones. Even though, like, the Tarot of the Drowning World was also a lot, I feel like this is a different kind of a lot that I don't like as much. I don't know. How do I feel? Yeah, I don't know. This one's a maybe also. Like, I feel like they're speaking a different language. A little bit. Yeah. Yeah, no, not super jazzed about that one. Let's try Marseille. Like real Marseille. The Inversion Tarot was my first choice, as it always kind of is. Its simplicity is its strength. This one of my favorite decks, just because of how, like, no muss, no fuss. 4 of Cups, High Priestess. I feel like it balances out the busyness of this in a clear way. So if you're looking for something a little more clear, a little less cluttered, a little bit like a calm pause for your brain, I like this. Like, really any black and white deck would go. And I have a lot of them, as you probably already know. Because I have a slight obsession with black and white decks. But I think just, like, keeping a mind on the busyness of them, though, is important. Yeah, no, I like that. This is a good one. This one was a win in the pairing department. Ooh, look at that. Ace of Wands reversed, Ace of Cups, and the 5 of Water. Yeah, no, that's a good one. I like that pair, but I'm pretty sure I like this deck with everything. Maybe, for those of you that know about my conundrum about what to take with me on that little adventure, I wonder if this might be the boy. It's small. It's mass market. It's useful. I'm not sure I'd bring the tin. Tin might be a bit heavy, but I don't know. Would be waterproof though. Interesting thought. Keep that in your little mind brain. Okay. Oh, this one's a photography deck. I didn't know if this was going to be a good choice or not, but we're going to give it a go. This is the Cemetary Oracle by Maria Louise Wessels. I'm obsessed with her decks. Mostly this one and the Mary one are so good. And it's a photography deck. I just wanted to see, because it has that nature element, as well as it brings in remnants of human life. So there's a bit of a human interaction, but a bit removed, because usually cemeteries have that, like, nature taking over aspect about them. And then the keywords on this are great. So I feel like that might be a really good way to go. You got Shadow, Awful, and the 6 of Water. Yeah, I mean, this is just a really great Oracle deck. Change, Defeat, and the 7 of Water. Really should have shuffled this. But I mean, I feel like this opens up. It opens up while specifying the message a little bit. It, like, focuses it and pinpoints it in a good way. Sad attachment, 8 of Cups. There's a conflict between those. Look at that. Oh, this is cool. Oops, fluff. 9 of Cups, Portal, and Vulnerable. Yeah, I think this works. I think this is cool. I like this. They feel within the same kind of world. Kind of like a liminal space on Earth, a liminal space in plant land. Very cool. Humility, Ace of Air, and Beginnings. Yeah. No, very cool. I like that one. That's a good pair. And also, this isn't the whole deck. This is half of the deck. This one's huge. Monstrous. This is the whole thing. There's just so many cards. So the chances of repetition are pretty much non-existent with this one. But I love it. Really good one. And that one's on Make Playing Cards if you're curious about it. Okay, 2 more. And then I'll free you from my clutches. I wanted to give the Oracle Door a look with it because of its... I don't know. This one might be because it's, like, painted. There's like gold accents. I don't know. I was wondering if like the flecks of light would kind of reflect the flecks of light in this via kind of the fiery aspect of it, but it also might not be the vibe, which now that I'm looking, might not be it. This is like, it's got more of a, you kind of dig into one's like psychological perspective on things, whereas this is more grounded in like, this is a plant, this is an expression of life in this way. Yeah, I don't think these are it. Three of Swords, aimlessness and futility. Oops. Yeah, I don't think this is, well, mind you, you can't really see, but like these bits, it's like gold foiling, so they really catch the light, which kind of draw your eye to certain spots, which is kind of like my thought process, but I don't, the dog, the wheel, and the forebear. I don't know if that's it. I don't think so. This one has its own little niche of decks that it goes with, which I think it doesn't like to stray from that little family very much. So, okay. And the last one I'm going to test is another weird one. And I think it's one where I want my 2 pile back as well. Like so. We're going to try it with the Lantern Oracle, which is one I kind of like. In like a 1 card draw kind of way. And hear me out here. Because like this is very light in the dark, is kind of the theme of the Lantern Oracle. It's adding you a little bit of hope, something to kind of hold on to amidst one's more shadowy experiences. I feel like this deck kind of really is like a physical image representation of the theme of the Lantern Oracle. So I'm going to see if they go together, which is kind of my plan. And I think it might be a yes in its own like weird and unique kind of way. But I think instead of like asking a question specifically with this one might be like exploring one's like emotional or exploring something specific that it's occurred. Or maybe like throwing in the ever useful and always good question of like, what do I need right now? which is a great all-purpose question for the tarot. Yeah, I like it. I'm not like obsessed with it, but I feel like they do go in their own weird way. Emptied, 10 of Air and 6 of Earth. The ending and the beginning lie on either side of the same door. Very interesting. Yeah, no, it's cool. It's not perfect. It's not like every card, every pair is a winner, but I feel like occasionally. 9 of Earth, the Radical Self-Love, and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. That's really good. Yeah, very fancy. Okay, let's land on a winner. Weeping Wound, 10 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. You are not your wounds. Very interesting. Yeah, no, I think this is a potential match, a potential pair. I think it's cool. That's the Lantern Oracle, and it's mass marketed and it's still available, I'm pretty sure. Alrighty. I mean, I could pick pairs all day for this. It's fun. I think it has a potential to match a lot of things, which is quite cool. Let's give it a little shuffle. And actually, let's, just out of curiosity, let's do a little interview spread, just because I feel like I'm well into it now, so let's ask it. Let's ask it about itself, about me, and how we'll work together. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Oops. It's too many. Who is me? Who is me? That is me. All right. And how? What do we get up to together? What's our... Oh, I'm too. Sneaky. All right. See how it is. How will we work together? Whoops. That one went for a run. All right. So the deck itself is Page of Swords, Student of Air, Curiosity, Open to Intellectual Experience. Very cool. Who is me? The Star, and the Six of Air, Six of Swords. I like that combo, actually. My goodness. Huh. Very cool. And then how will we work together? Hermit. And a hermit year. Very good. Very good. Actually, where's the book? Just out of curiosity. Let's read about the deck first. The Student of Air. I just want to do a quick, because, you know, I don't do short videos. Oh, they're backwards too. Okay, so we start with the Yang, the Yin, the Catalyst, and the Student of Air. Student of Air is unattached and easygoing, keeping things at a comfortable distance. Something is in the air and it may be calling for a more laid-back approach. It's a very chill deck. Gotcha. Or maybe a serious issue asking for more attention that you've been willing to give. This is a good time to reflect inwardly and assess whether this detachment serves the greater good or merely provides an escape. The student would benefit from exploring where the instinct to flee comes from. It's very funny because of this. Learning ways to move beyond these reflexes. We come to realize that disconnecting requires more effort and offers fewer gifts compared to that of connecting, not just with others, but also within ourselves. Embracing connection may ask us to confront challenges head on, looking one another in the eyes, being present, being mindful, and the difference between protecting your pride and protecting your heart. Love is stronger than pride. Those are lyrics from Sadie. There's no need to be afraid. Compassion serves as the antidote for fear. Didn't I just... I did say this. I said this. You haven't seen me say it yet, but I have said it already, and it's in the outro. So just keep an eye out for something similar to that. That compassion serves as the antidote for fear. Love, curiosity, acceptance, accessibility are words that keep repeating themselves. These words become medicine. The opposite of fear is acceptance, which leads to curiosity, which leads to a sense of understanding, which leads to the feeling of safety, trust, and finally love. And sometimes it's true, caring for yourself and others means knowing when to let things or people go, hold what's yours, leave what's theirs, and continue on like the wind. Wow, I do that just speaks to my right now, right? Like everything that's going on that you don't know about. It's it's a sign for me that this came exactly when it needed to, and like, Gina, you have no idea. I'm gonna like cry. Ugh. And the keywords at the bottom: aloof, risky, participate, compassion, taking space, acceptance, learning to be present, reflexes, take it out or leave it. You don't have to carry the burden, and healthy boundaries. So there's a lot to jump off of in this little guidebook. Like, there was a lot that said a lot of, it didn't say the same thing in long words or over and over again. Like, each little section was its own little bundle of ideas, and I feel like that's really useful, especially if you're coming to the deck with like a question that you like sincerely need a perspective on. I feel like this deck is gonna be really, really quite good for that. I just want to do a quick look at the Hermit. Sorry. You're stuck with me. You're trapped. I'm curious and you can't leave. Alrighty. The Hermit is stepping back and finding a quiet sanctuary. Yeah. There's refuge in the symphony of solitude, away from the distracting din of the outer world, with an intentional pilgrimage inward, we move into healing and revelation. An inner voice is awakened so that we may listen to the guide within. The subconscious reveals the code for awakening through dream work, meditation, ritual, communing with spirit, earth medicine, stillness, sound, and the many therapeutic forms available to us. In this deep exploration, the veils of illusion gradually dissolve, allowing transformative insights to emerge. Transformation doesn't require force, but one must be intentional. The emphasis shifts from thoughts to heightened sensory awareness, creating space for natural rhythms, for our being where ego dissolves into essence. Oh, where ego dissolves into essence. I like that. This card is about seeking retreat, allowing revelations to emerge. The Hermit is getting in touch with what really matters in life, committed to spiritual development, going deeper, becoming deeper. This becomes the medicine for connecting deeply with others, with the world around us. The retreat from society may be necessary, but ultimately the retreat will serve the greater good of humanity. Wow. I mean, and then our little Six of Swords over here, and the star, guiding light, moving on, inner journey. And then this deck being kind of open to ideas and all of those other delicious things that it said. Yeah, being easygoing, being chill about it. Not having expectation. I think the Student of Air is not having expectation. And like looking to embrace the connections that the universe kind of offers up to us. This is very cool. Okay, very nice. Very cool. I love this. This is so good. Wow. Okay, what reading? And then I'll look at these about me privately. I'll free you from my clutches. Not me being gone for months and then keeping you hostage for like an hour. Apologies, but anywho, that's been a quick look up close at the Fire Flower Tarot, which I think as plant decks go, I think it's beautiful. I think it's cool. It has a great amount of potential, and it's going to be very useful. And I love it so much. Wow. So there we have it. The Fire Flower Tarot by Brandy Eve Allen. Very cool. Big thank you, Gina. I mean, it means so much. I can't express in words how this found me at the time that it did and how important that is for various personal reasons. And I will treasure it forever. So thank you so much. Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. The link to the creator's Etsy page is down below if you want. I hope you're well. Take care of yourself. Remember to find love and understanding even with people you disagree with, which is so hard right now. But there is a shared human experience that we all get to live, and being able to find the similarities over the differences right now is, although wildly difficult, it is important. So thanks all for being here. Take care of yourself. And I'll see all you fine people in my next video.